This is a journey into sound. This is eyesight staring to the sound of history, changing the sound of history. A Mexican friend of mine said that she wanted to live in the 1920s when times were simpler. I said, not me. I don't like nooses being wrapped around my neck for trying to speak Spanish in public. She had absolutely no idea what I meant. But it was at that moment that I learned that eyesight can change sound. The more you open your eyes, the more the sound of history changes. Eyesight can change history. Mount Rushmore was built honoring the 4 greatest presidents of their time, overlooking a United States of America. Mount Rushmore was built on sacred Native American ground. Sacred until they discovered gold and took the land back by force, continuing U.S. traditions of exploiting cultures and acting like it never happened. Acting like it never happened. Acting like in 1937, almost 200 Puerto Ricans were shot at an illegal protest by local law enforcement in what is now known as the Massacre of Ponce. In 1937, U.S. citizens were shot on U.S. soil by a U.S. colonial government at a parade celebrating the end of slavery, and we act like it never happened, proving that citizenship does not mean equality. Ask any African American. Ask any Native American. Ask any woman, any gay, any Muslim. History doesn't sound so sweet when your eyes are open, does it? History is written in ink, but it's documented in pencil. Did you know they tried to erase slavery from the history books? In schools, they tried to change the word slave into worker. The slave trade to the Atlantic Triangle. We really stop letting Texas write the history books. Because every page feels like a cemetery. Every word feels like a tombstone, burying the bodies, the backs that American history was written on. There's more truth in protest signs than their own school books. Columbus sailed the ocean. Columbus didn't discover America. He invaded it. History is a killer rhythm of B sharp and S flat notes and a bass that smells terrible. And the right frequencies of eyesight and sound can combine images and it can produce. I am no longer surprised that the words Columbus and Columbine sound so similar. I am no longer surprised that the words Europe and Europe sound so similar. Handcuffs and shackles sound nothing alike, but side by side they look like distant cousins. Shackles flattened, chains shrank, the links are identical. Cages became cells, the slave industry, the prison industry were complex. From cotton picking to picking fruit, the Ferguson ticketing for profits. People of color have always been treated like cheap labor. Student loans, medical debt, slavery never went away. It just goes by different names now. When will you people get over slavery? And those who forget the past are destined to repeat it. Then we will get over slavery when you stop trying to purposely forget it ever happened. When you stop trying to repeat it. When you stop trying to bring it back.
We shooting.